we haven't really showed any mathematical or statistical operations yet, right?
Don't we?
I don't think we did we?
No.
Or maybe I was sleeping. I hope not. All right.
No.
Well, anyways, we should show some operations. So why don't we show the basic mathematical operations?
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's do it.
Well, we already spoke about the variables and how the computer works. We made the example with the chessboard. So now we will play with the operations. So R, as Thomas said, it's a language that has a lot of resources in math and statistics. So we have a whole set of operations that we can do with numbers to calculate and operate the information to get the output that we expect. We may use it in a simple way, just by one sign, or we can combine it in a whole set of operations. And in our case, as far as I know, most of the languages, the rules are the same as the math. So the priority of the operations follow the PEMDAS, which is parentheses, exponential, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So just to show you some examples, we have here in the left hand some operations that we can do, and in this board here we have all the mathematical operations that you can do by using the operator, right? So the plus, minus, the star, the slash, double slash, percentage, double star, and the minus sign. We will see soon how to use it in your code.
Nice.
So, okay, here I have a small challenge for you. We already did part of it when we were talking about variables. So, two challenges actually. First one, go to RStudio and write a script that you can either use read line, or you can assign the value straight inside your script, but create a variable with name, birth date, age, your height, if you are from Europe or not. Print the variable types and print this information all in one line. Remember that the print function doesn't do it alone. You need to combine with another function, which is the function paste. And afterwards, write a second script where you have two variables, and your goal is to print the variables in the same order, but with the values inverted. Okay? So switch the value of variables and show us how you got it.
Two hands, two variables.
Now, I believe that you already did the first challenge, which was creating the variables and show their types, and show their content in one line. Here we are going to play a bit with the mathematical operations. So first we are going to set the value of two items in a store. So the price of item 1 is $12, the price of item 2 $15. I want to calculate the average price of these two items. So remember about the comments. So I'm here explaining what this piece of code does, and not saying what the R code does, right? So I sum the prices. This is another way for you to write your comments. So you can use the hashtag in front of your line of code. So I have two items to calculate, the average, and I do the calculation here. As we have the resource of the prioritization of the operations, so we can also write the same calculation in just one line. I just need to make use of the parentheses and put the things in the right place.
And then you read from left to right.
What?
You read from left to right.
From left to right.
From left to right, yeah.
Yeah.
Not from right to left.
No. Even though if I had like a parenthesis here, for example, I should hit both separately,
yeah,
and then do the division.
Yeah, yeah.
So then I need to know the order. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I have an Easter egg for you. So I already have the code for you to switch the content of two variables. So this is what my piece of code will do: switch variables values. So variable 1 has the content first, the variable 2 has content second. As you can see, they doesn't appear here in my environment yet. So I will run these two lines of code to create it, and there we go. So just to make it sure, like even though I'm seeing that in the environment window, I will print those variables. Remember that I'm using the C sign to create a vector, so I am grouping these two variables in one vector just to print them. So this is my strategy to switch the values. So first I store the value of variable 1 in a temporary variable. I copy the value of the variable 2. I override the variable 1 with the value of variable 2, and to finish I bring the variable of the value of the variable temp, which is the previous value of variable 1, to variable 2. Let's see how it works in RStudio. So I will run first this line of code, and I can see here the variable temp, and it has the same value as variable 1. Then I will run this piece of code. So I will override the value of variable 1 and using the value of the variable 2, and here we go. So now I have variable 1 with the final value that I expect, and now I do the last step, which is bring the value for the text first to variable 2, and there it is. So now I switched the value of both variables, and just to show in my console, I have here the values of variable 1, variable 2, and just to educational purposes, the value of the variable temp as well. So now you are ready to not only to play with mathematical operations, you are also able to play with variables and its contents.